I remember the time after my graduation when I had my first interview. In fact, I was having no knowledge about what things to be done and what are the things to be kept in mind. I was having no idea about how to face the interview. What things need to be kept in mind so that the recruiter is going to have a good first impression. First impression counts. Yes, exactly, the first impression counts. But how to create that good first impression? So, dear all friends, your coach, your mentor, your host is in front of you today to guide you with regard to the experience what I had with my career, the experience and the wisdom that I have gathered throughout my career by facing a lot of interviews in my career. The problem which I used to face during the time when I was a fresher. The problem and the fear which I used to face at every interview hall, before and after entering into the interview hall, while sitting in front of the recruiter, while answering to the recruiter's question, all those problems which I faced in my life and to which I have overcome, it's my responsibility right now to share it to the world at large. The solutions which I have got from the wisdom of life. So let us understand how to face the interview and how to answer to the recruiter's question. My dear all friends, attending an interview, sitting in front of the recruiter and answering to the questions asked by the recruiter is just selling your skills, your abilities, your potentials and your capabilities to the recruiter, matching to the job requirements that what is advertised or that what is noticed for. Now, once you are going to sit in front of the recruiter doesn't have any impression that whether you are the right candidate or you are not the right candidate. In fact, as a candidate, you are having a fear in your mind that today, am I going to be qualified or am I going to be disqualified? The same way, my dear friends, you even don't know that the recruiter is also having a fear that am I going to select the right candidate today or maybe due to certain mistake in selection process. If I am going to select the wrong candidate, what is going to happen? What answers I am going to give to my bosses? So generally it is a fear of everyone. But do remember one thing. If you are sitting in front of the recruiter and you are really potent of your skills, you should not have this sort of fear. Rather, you should know the art of selling your skills. So for that reason, one thing I am going to tell you, the way you are sitting in front of the recruiter, only your two-page document, your resume, is evident about your skills, your potentials, and your abilities. The way you are going to represent about your introduction, the way you are going to tell about the content which is already written in the two-page document and how you are matching to that one. It says that whether you are confident today or you are not confident. To create an impression in the minds of the recruiter, you are having 5 minutes to 10 minutes maximum. Now, no recruiter is going to interview you as a fresher more than 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Now, for instance, you are going to sit in front of the recruiter and the two-page document is your evidence about your skills, about your potentials, and about your capabilities. The way you are going to represent your skills, the way you are going to sell your skills, and the way you are going to sell your potentials to the company's requirement, that decides that whether you are going to be qualified in the interview or you are going to be disqualified in the interview. Confidence plays a major role here, but even overconfidence is going to spoil the things. So you should not have a low amount of confidence or you should not have extraordinary confidence. Do have a reasonable amount of confidence according to the skills, according to the abilities, and according to the potentials that you are having within yourself. To have a reasonable confidence to all those qualities that you are possessing within yourself. Now, certain tips I'd be giving you that how you are going to face to the recruiter, and the recruiter is going to have a very good first impression of yours. There are two ways to participate in any interview. The first one is to give the trigger control of yours to the recruiter. That, sir, as you wanted to trigger out, as you wanted to guide me, in what direction you wanted to guide me, just trigger and guide me in the same way. Give all of your control to the recruiter. The second one is such like keep the trigger control with you and don't allow the recruiter to guide you. Rather, try to guide the recruiter in the direction you are strong at. Now you would ask me, Mr. Dev, can you give a simple example to this one? For instance, my dear friends, maybe chance by luck, you have got a very good percentage throughout your career. But taking advantage of that one, you are going to say to the recruiter that throughout my career, I have kept a good track record of all my subjects. Now, once you are telling this, you are giving an opportunity to the recruiter to ask you about your favorite subject. Because it is you only, my dear friend, who has said to the recruiter that I have a very good track record of all the subjects throughout my career. And now the recruiter is getting an opportunity to ask to you, tell me about your favorite subject. And you are describing randomly that this is my favorite subject. But once the recruiter is going to ask you a basic question of that one even, you are unable to answer that. Just think about that situation. Imagine for a moment that what would be the situation, and at that particular point of time, you be completely stammering, stuttering, and shivering. You'll be playing with your fingers. You are flittering with your fingers like this. Every action counts, my dear friends. Every action counts. Your facial expressions, to your lip movements, to each and every action that you are doing in front of the recruiter, that has been marked. And with all that things, now it gives an impression to the recruiter that whether you are telling a truth or you are telling a lie. So do remember, once you are going to guide the recruiter in your own ways, if you are not good in studies, but you are really good in sports, extracurricular activities, maybe art, maybe drawing, maybe sketching, maybe painting, or maybe any other skills, drag the recruiter's attention towards that one, rather speaking something about your academics. Now you can say to the recruiter in this manner, if you are really very good in sports and extracurricular activities with leadership qualities you are having, certainly you can say to the recruiter, with regard to my achievements in athletics, sports, and extracurricular activities, at every sphere of my sports, I have shown my leadership qualities. In my college time, I used to be the captain of the football team. Throughout the career of my graduation, I stood to be the consistent captain of the football team. That indicates that I do have a strong leadership qualities with a proper and a strategic decision taking ability. Now, once you have said this, the recruiter will divert his attention from academics to sports, your leadership qualities, your achievements, and all about your accolades. Try to drag the attention of the recruiter the way you are strong at. And this all can be possible the way you know the art of diverting the attention of the recruiter towards the ways which you are strong at. Diverting the attention of the recruiter towards the track in which you find yourself to be more comfortable. Now, with all these impressive tips, how to create a positive first impression in front of the recruiter, let us recapitulate the major takeaways of this session or this video based learning session. The two major takeaways of this video based learning session is such like, first of all, your confidence should not be very low or it should not be very high. It should not be below confidence, it should not be overconfidence. Rather, you should maintain a reasonable amount of confidence. The second thing is that you need to keep the trigger control with your hands. You should not give the control to the hands of the recruiter. The moment you are giving the trigger control to the recruiter is going to guide you in the direction he wants to guide you, my dear friends. Or the way you are answering, the recruiter is going to ask you the question in that direction. So it would be always better that do guide the recruiter. Keep the trigger control in your hand so that the track or the path in which you are strong at, try to guide the recruiter in that direction. And hence further, whatever cross questions may arise out of that one, you are easily going to represent the answers according to that one, interpret the answers according to that one. With this major learnings for the day, your coach, your host, your mentor, Devashish Dev is resting until the time I'll be coming up with certain new learning based videos for your HR interview session. The next upcoming videos will be all with regard to the FAQs of HR interview. Wait for the time until the time I'm bringing the new videos on the basis of FAQs of HR interview. Until the time, thanks for watching.